Welcome to Dungeons and Dorks, the Stark podcast for Alfred State. I am your lovely DM, doing my best, and with me is...
I'm Lucas.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's my name.
I don't know why I ever...
Don't worry, guys. I'll do a better one. My name's Connering, and I'll be playing Godric Jade.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing character intros.
I wasn't doing like character intros. I was just
No.
telling them like the character I was playing.
I introduced myself as a DM for my own sake, not because this fancy screen or anything will implicitly tell people things. You're welcome to try again.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm playing Arun Torlay.
Alright. So, we're going to start with everyone's call to adventure, as we are currently missing two of our main stars. Connor, your character wakes up in his house, thriving, living his life. And he does receive a message, a letter.
I'd love to open it.
Alright, in the letter it is written that you have been summoned to fight on behalf of the noble house of your province.
For the glory and honor of fighting my royal house, I will take this deed with great honor and duty.
Do you actively say this out
Yes,
loud?
in my house alone. Yeah, I'm saying this.
On your phone? You caught the attention of several nearby children who are playing outside and just kind of look at you funny like, that man is talking to himself.
I stare out into the window at them.
I'm uncomfy now.
They're going back to playing their game. They very quickly lose interest.
Anyways.
Alright. Enclosed in the letter is in fact a map with a meeting location, and you actually note that it is within one of the neutral kingdoms. It's a bit of a trek, but given your country's technological marvels in terms of travel and transportation, it's paltry.
Yes, the steam bull.
Yes.
Do what now?
Lucas.
Yo.
You wake up in your bed. You wake up to the sound of what sounds like fighting.
I'm gonna go investigate. Like, stay on my head, like, just barely out the door.
You see down the hallway, two guards are yelling at each other about what to do. Roll me perception.
Ooh. Nat 20 for 22. Connor, can you confirm?
Yeah, it is an edge 20.
All right then. You hear the conversation perfectly as one goes, "Well, we're not just gonna. We can't send the princess. She's the one who's gonna end up having to lead the country. But, well, we're not even in charge of making this decision. Have you considered that possibly? Like, bro, no, don't bro me. We should have input. We're royal guards. We're important enough to comment on these things. No, I do my job and I leave. Act your wage."
As this can I stealth behind them as we're having this conversation?
Roll stealth.
25.
They don't see you.
I'm gonna walk up and tap one on the shoulder. Hey, what you guys talking about?
Ah, Jesus Christ! You! Wait.
Do I need to go?
You should go into that door right there and pretend that we're not currently standing here. Philip, what are you doing?
Why?
I just think it would be in your best interest. After all, don't you want to cast knife at something?
That's not what the practice.
He's gonna roll persuasion.
Okay.
You can contest with either counter persuasion to try and get him to stop talking to drop it, or insight to figure out why he's trying to do this.
Oh great, either a 1 or a 2. 17.
On what?
Counter persuasion.
Okay, he goes, well, how do you persuade him? What is the sentence you say exactly?
Oh, thinking. Why do I need to go in that door? I heard you guys talking about my sister, not me. You should really watch your tone as you talk.
Okay, look, cards on the table. There's a note that your mother was recently sent that may or may not apply to you.
To
that
me.
you would find particularly interesting.
And that would be...
What makes you think that I actually have seen the contents of said letter beyond what I heard the Queen screaming earlier?
Oh, Mom was screaming?
Yes.
Is she in there right now?
Also, yes.
I'm gonna go back to my room then.
I really think it's in your best interest to intrude on this.
She yells at me when I do this, so no.
You're getting yelled at regardless.
Cool, but if I'm in my bed, I'm comfortable.
Okay, have fun.
Do I see like my sister anywhere around? Do I hear her like magic going off?
No, not really.
Okay.
I would like... So, hold on. So you're going back to your room, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna just go back to my room.
Okay, so what are you going to do in your room?
Probably study one of the like couple books I have in there about arcane magic and that kind of stuff, learning how to cast knife better.
Sure. Like about an hour and a half passes before your mom essentially kicks down your door, flanked by the 2 royal guards from earlier, and she goes, "You!"
I'm gonna like jump out of my chair onto the desk and produce one of the knives and it's like, don't know what's happening stance.
I have a job that only you can do. Something you're finally useful for.
I thought you said I was useful.
You're right, that's the biggest compliment I've given you.
It's a
Here! And she hands you a letter.
I'll dispel the knife and grab the letter.
Spell the knife.
Okay.
Dispel the knife.
You grab the letter and it says, as a noble, your king has, or well, in this case, your queen, has implored you to send warriors in order to deal with a situation. Any of noble blood will work as long as it is to enhance your noble house.
I'm gonna look at Mom. Are you trying to kill me? You could
If
be...
I wanted to kill you, it would be a lot simpler to just stab you.
No, that's my thing. I do the stabbing with a casting knife.
Do you know how many times a magic missile will hit when you use a 6th level spell slot?
No, because I only have...
Enough times to down someone like you. Now get out of my house.
Okay. Can I grab my things at least?
She's going to look out the window for a second.
As she's looking away, I want to try to hide underneath the bed.
Roll stealth.
1d8.
My dear boy.
She
She not only does she see you, but as soon as you try to hide, she, without looking at you, steps on like a loose piece of cloth that you have and knocks you prone. And as she's looking out the window, she goes, "You have 30 minutes to gather your things."
Okay. Mom. Okay, love you. Can I get a hug at least before I go for the first time in my life?
You may stop by the kitchen for a treat. Maybe.
Yes, raspberry tart.
And then start collecting all my things. And making sure I grab like my ball bearings and my thieves' tools and every little thing I think I might need.
Okay.
As the overplanner that I am.
Alright. So, without much hassle, given you can just magically teleport there with your country's aptitude for magic, and you essentially have cars.
Steam balls.
Dichotomy of D&D right
Yeah.
here.
Mm-hmm. You both make it there in relative good time. To note that there is one other person there. From what you can tell, they are very tall, at a staggering 6'7".
Oh, a couple of just talking.
They have a very muscular form, and what hair they do have, it is shaved on either side, and they have a ponytail. Or, well, yeah.
So he's fabulous.
It's fabulous. That's what I'm
They are clad in armor, as well as they have what looks like a sword at their hip.
So they're dangerously fabulous.
Some could say that, yes.
Do I see anybody that I recognize either from parties in the past, anything of that kind of like noble sort?
From what you can tell, one of the dwarven knights is also there. You haven't had much time to interact with dwarves, seeing as you are you're not a bastard child, but they certainly don't like you.
I'm sorry, I'm a male drow in a female drow world.
You should be.
I didn't choose this life. It chose me. Literally.
And now we've reached our first cry about it of the podcast.
We should get a cry about it counter. Ding.
Anyway, the area in which you were described to is it is at the top of a hill overlooking what seems to be one of the more prominent of the Neutral Kingdom cities. This hill features a gazebo with a lovely view, as well as not like trees or like anything rivaling a botanical garden, but it is very populated with flora.
So I only see the Nightman that I kind of know.
Yes.
Can I roll history to see if I can remember anything about him other than is a knight?
Sure, but I'm posing disadvantage as I guarantee you were wasted at those parties.
That's fine. So 13 or so 13 plus 17.
17?
Yes.
Give him some credit, yeah.
You vaguely remember a name, which say
Galdarak.
Oh god, I'm not gonna G. Not G.
Gal. Ajarak.
The letter G.
Swear to God.
Today's
That's
and
just
this
all
is
the
why
time.
we don't let him remember things.
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter G.
Either way, you remember his name. And you know that you know nothing of the person who is sitting at the gazebo right now.
Well, I'm here too, right?
Yeah.
May I
You're
approach
welcome
the
to
man?
do
Yeah,
things.
I would like to approach the man at the gazebo, as he seems a very fierce warrior.
Okay.
I'd like to proceed.
It is a man, right?
It's a person.
It's
Can
a
I
person.
just like watch from a distance, trying to just overhear the conversation without being seen?
I'm not gonna look for him.
You are welcome to roll stealth.
28.
Okay, cool. So, as you approach the man, or well, as the person, they then look at you, and you see that since they're not wearing a helmet, the skin that is showing, it's not just like a black shirt or anything, like their skin is literally pitch black. As yeah, and the eyes that they have are yellow, as bright as any topaz you've ever seen.
Interesting.
Yes. As they then stand up and say, good morrow.
Good morrow to you. Dory, as he goes to shake out his hand.
They are then going to also shake your hand.
So, what have you gathered us here for?
Well, for starters, it's because my liege has sent me on a mission that I feel I may need help with. And by that, I mean I have been told to recruit nobles in order to help.
Interesting.
As one of the outer countries is currently endangered by a necromancer.
Interesting. So, what party members have you acquired? I don't know. I'm going into the Russian accent.
You started with Reinhardt and going to
I'm going back to Reiner. I'll get back
from
to
R
him.
to R.
Well, for starters, we do in fact have you, a paladin. We will be accompanied by a rogue from the Drow Kingdom. We will also be accompanied by, I believe he is a fighter, as from one of the lion houses. And I can't remember which one the human country sent.
Well, it'll be good to see as much as I hate the old knife ears, it'll be good to see a nice, strong archmage from the Drow kingdoms to come and help
Do I
us.
hear him say knife ears?
Oh, audibly.
I'm gonna throw 2 daggers at him.
Connor, what's your AC?
Hold on, I don't know if I have my shield equipped. Currently, 18.
Okay. First one miss. Bonus attack out of 9. That's gonna be it. So that's a 21. Plus 7. I get a plus 7 that turn.
Cool. Okay. Let me check something right quick.
I'm casting knife at you twice. For bonus action, it's 1d4 plus modifier.
I see. Okay. So make your attack and all that
You
jazz.
take 6 second damage.
No, he doesn't.
Oh no.
It is reduced to 0
Oh.
as the strong, big, tall, imposing person sees one of the knives. Sees one of the knives about to hit, and then outstretches his arm for a what appears to be a magic shield to just block the knife entirely.
Do they see me?
I'm turning around to look at what the source was. So
Oh yeah, the shield's transparent, and since you made an attack, you are no longer stealth.
Yep.
They both see you.
Hey, I'm not a knife ear.
Backstabbing, I oughta.
At least I can reach the top shelf of any cabinet and I'll help.
Yes, all I have to use is a store,
That's help.
and your skull will do nicely.
I need the both of you to calm down.
He started it.
I don't care.
Okay.
If we are to survive this journey, I suggest we learn how to cohabitate. Not necessarily get along, as I don't expect any of us to get that much along. However, if I have to deal with you two fighting, and whatever is going to stab us, I might actually get injured.
Seems unlikely.
I would like the both of you to roll history.
19.
A total of 6. I'm sorry. 8.
Oh wow.
Okay. So you know, but you can barely remember the name, but you don't remember any of the actual other stuff. You learn that this person's name is Jocelyn the Dragon Slayer, one of the most acclaimed knights from the Neutral Kingdom.
He beat the dragon.
They earned the title of the Dragon Slayer by tricking a dragon into a trap and then killing it. The trap being one of magical source. So, from what you would know, is this person is a very, very acclaimed Eldritch Knight, as well as also a wizard. Very good at spellcraft and at stabbing people.
I see. Literally.
What do I know?
You know their name.
Jocelyn. I do have high intelligence.
I am an average intelligence dwarf.
I am.
You know what? There.
I'm far. I have a far superior intelligence.
Alright. Back in scene.
Hi.
Have I made myself abundantly clear?
He's no longer looking at either of you. You just see Galdrick turn around and he starts writing something what appears to be a small notebook.
Just don't tell my mom, and we'll be nice and dandy.
Jocelyn's gonna try and see. No. They will
Really?
not.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not like hiding it or anything.
It's a 2. With no
Okay.
modifiers.
Just don't tell my mom, okay? We good?
You see Jocelyn then put their hand over their eyes and just go, seeing as we have time before the other two should get here, as the other two's abilities of transportation aren't necessarily the fastest or anything. I believe it is in our best interest to get more acquainted with where we will be traveling. Jocelyn then begins to walk into starts walking toward the town that the hill overlooks, and goes, "It would be in both of your best interests to accompany me, as the outer countries aren't as civilized as us."
All right, lead the way.
Cool.
All right, Jocelyn then leads you into the city. And you can tell the city is bustling with all types of people, all kinds of everything. The reason this actually has been declared the neutral kingdom, as it is the one place where everybody of anything can retreat to, and not necessarily avoid crimes and stuff, but it is the one place where everyone has made the mutual agreement that if we attack, then we are considered the aggressor and we will suffer every punishment from everyone else.
In Switzerland. Got it.
Something like that. Anyway, he then takes you both to a library. A very massive library, one rivaling the church in size. Which, for both of you, is very strange for a town. Don't get me wrong, your magic academies have always been far bigger than, most other buildings, but churches are, generally speaking, still, at the very least, slightly taller.
Bigger than the Hall of Grudges? Dwarves, grudges, that whole thing.
We're always taller than dwarves. That's what they have a grudge.
That one's going down in the book, too.
Your kids. Can we go look for
Okay.
books? Or is he taking us somewhere special?
He's taking you into the library.
Can I go look for a book?
I mean, I'll stay with him.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. You're welcome to try and walk off.
I'm gonna try to walk. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, okay, you walk off. As you do, you notice several people are staring at you as... to get into this library, you do in fact need to be accompanied by someone of the neutral kingdom.
I'm going right back. Don't like the eyes.
Yeah,
Nope.
don't like being watched.
Nope.
You see Jocelyn then approach the desk, and they will they basically put their hand over something. It makes a very weird beeping sound. As he then essentially directs the both of you to a nearby section filled with books about the outer countries.
I'm gonna pick one up.
Okay.
Can I find one about? Do we ever get the name of our country we're going to?
The country you guys are going to does not actually have a name, as it is not recognized as an official country.
Can I see if there's a book on that country specifically?
Sure.
Investigation, history.
It would be investigation.
Yeah, good at that one. That's 9.
With that solid 9, you find several books about the Outer Islands, but you don't really find anything specific. You don't find anything about a place that isn't recognized as a country.
Well, do they have anything about magic inside of those books, or no?
The only magic that you would find in the Outer Islands is what's referred to as primal magic. It is less civilized and less refined than everyone else's.
I'm gonna read about it. At least what's in the books.
Okay. So what are you doing?
Are any of these dwarvish? Because then it's not. I can't read. I can't read common.
Quirky.
Interesting.
Quirky.
I mean, I could speak it fluently, just never learned to read it.
I can read to you.
I'm gonna start reading out loud
Okay.
as soon as I hear
Hold
this.
on. That's insanely funny. We'll get to that. So you look at all of these books of straight gibberish.
Right. Why'd you bring us here?
I've brought you both here, seeing as the Outer Lands have various beasts and various fauna and flora that will kill us if we are not prepared.
Right, well, I hate to say this, but do you have any with pictures?
Do I hear him say this?
I imagine so.
I'm part of. Oh, the dwarf can read. Aw, that's cute.
He slams the book shut. I just can't read common.
Oh, I can read a lot of language.
Jocelyn will then look at you and say, "Stop antagonizing him."
I'll read to you then, okay?
He starts pulling out his tiny book of crutches.
It's fine. Are you ready? Chapter 1.
Today the elf decided to read to me.
Because you can't read yourself common.
And now he's insulting me for it.
No, I'm trying to be nice.
What a dirty bastard.
Jocelyn said be nice. I'm trying to be nice. So I'm afraid he's going to tell my mom things and I don't want mom to know.
I'm going to read more about the fauna, seeing as the fauna is what is actively going to kill me. I believe the books about everything is there. He gestures towards two separate hallways.
Is there any books about the, like, not necessarily like kingdoms, but the, like, hierarchy of how they're established?
There are, but you wouldn't know where they are. You imagine that it would have them. You simply weren't looking for them, however, as you were preoccupied trying to find out stuff about their magic.
Chapter 2.
Exactly. Jocelyn will then reach up, grab one of the books from the upper shelves that you can't reach, and hand the dwarf the book.
Dwarf man.
Yes.
You may not be able to glean too much information from it, seeing as you won't be able to read it. However, it does feature many pictures of things that are recognizable.
Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Close the first book that I was reading, so I'm assuming I would read it at that time.
Okay.
Can I now try to find hierarchy of the book?
You are welcome to try.
Yeah. That is a solid 16.
With that solid 16, you find it with some difficulty, as it seems to have been hidden behind several other. So it seems to be sandwiched in the wrong place.
Okay, what?
But as you pull it out and begin to read, you notice that the Outer Islands don't necessarily have a hierarchy or structure. It's kind of just the reason they have towns for the most part is because a bunch of people decided to live together and decided that would be beneficial.
So kind of like tribal-esque. In that kind of sort of sense. Of it's by necessity.
In a sense.
It's by necessity, not by need.
Not necessarily by necessity. It's more they live together for convenience as opposed to necessity.
Gotcha.
Lovely.
Connor,
Yes.
in your book, you see very, very pretty pictures of flowers, accompanied almost every other page is very pretty flower. Deadly poison.
Interesting.
I would like you to roll just raw intelligence.
Come on.
It's just a flat roll.
I don't want you to. You got
Yeah.
2!
These must be health potions.
You think all of these flowers must equal this health potion. Through magic or something. But those health potions are
Alchemy.
100%
Simple
made of
alchemy.
those flowers.
Can I just start looking at him after hearing this?
Oh, he's not audibly saying anything.
Oh, God.
I believe the only thing you said was health potions.
I'm gonna look up. You found health potion plants?
Oh, here, look at this.
I'm gonna check it. What does it say?
It says this beautiful flower is the what's it called, the like blossom of this like small vine at the bottom of the page, and this vine can be used to make this incredibly deadly toxin.
So you got that backwards. They're actually poisons.
Well, this symbol in common dwarvish means that it is of great health.
Right, but this is common.
I see. as I close the book.
Okay, ready? We're gonna go over this together. This
Don't
point,
you dare.
I'll write a
Jocelyn's
little cheat sheet.
Good. I'm telling you right now. Don't you dare.
Jocelyn is just sitting in a chair, casually reading a book, and has not intervened thus far.
I can help you if you want help.
Good. Last warning.
I'm gonna go back to my area.
Good idea.
Go find some dwarves.
Going to try.
I'm gonna look for a librarian to see if they have a section that is specifically written in Dwarvish.
Okay. Alright, you find a nearby librarian, and it looks how you would imagine a librarian, as she has big round glasses, a very long ponytail, and is in commoner clothing.
Ah, lovely.
And
this
she's
is a human,
carting. Yes,
right?
it is a
Okay.
human, and she is carting around a big thing of books.
I pull over the step stool to get up on eye level. The nearby step stool that they keep on all libraries. And I'm like, excuse me, madam. Do you have any books in Dwarvish?
Oh,
This specific copy would be wonderful.
we actually we stopped carrying every language in for common. However, we do have translator rings that are available at the front desk, where so long as you are on the premises, it will allow you to read whatever book we have.
That sounds lovely. How could I get my hands on one?
I'll have to ask Marion. 1 second.
Reach next
she-
time.
Okay,
You
so-
see her then wash not like rush off, but like quickly walk to try and like expedite the process a bit. She then comes back with a red stamp.
Red stamp.
Yes. And then she then says, I need you to hold out your hand so that way when we stamp the
Yes.
glove, we can keep track of who has what ring.
Of course.
As he it takes 5 minutes to take off his single gauntlet.
Stamp.
Am I free to put the gauntlet back on, or?
Yes.
Okay.
You see her then pull out what looks like a copper ring and hands it to you. This is a translator ring.
Lovely. And then I try to fit it over my gauntlet finger, and then realize it's not big enough, and I'm like, as I have to take off the entire gauntlet, again,
15
put the
minutes.
finger on, and then just begrudgingly put the gauntlet back into my knapsack.
15 minutes that man took.
Yep.
In that
You are now able to read every book in the library.
Lovely. I start reading some of the
in
books.
that time,
Okay.
have I finished the book I was reading about the kind of hierarchy society plus the poison book?
Okay. You have gotten like a quarter of the way through the hierarchy book because it is a very complex book about social customs and social norms in the outer country. And given the fact that it is entirely like this country is like this library holds all of the knowledge about the outer countries that the near countries have,
Oh,
which
Lord.
isn't saying a lot because we don't have a lot of those books. A lot of these books are double prints or reprints.
Okay.
So, what you manage to glean from it is that the outer country functions, for lack of a better way of describing it, it functions the same way a typical Western movie would. It's more, yeah, we have there. Each town does have some form of peacekeepers, whose main goal is to make sure the town doesn't get burnt down. However, generally speaking, they're not super effective at their job because they can't do everything all at once.
Interesting.
So half the time, the entire town ends up becoming mini peacekeepers, and each of them do some form of task in the town to facilitate their continued existence there.
Okay. At this point, I'm gonna close the book.
And you do know that the general rule of thumb is if they don't like you or you say something that offends them, they'll just beat you up and kick you out of town. And like
Gotcha.
you can't really contest them. There's too many.
Okay, I'm gonna close that book, put it back on the shelf where I found. Trying to figure out where this actually goes back in the first place, and not the random thought that it
Roll
was.
me raw intelligence.
Ooh boy. Oh, that's a good old 7.
With that solid 7, you don't really go to too many libraries, so you don't really know how they... Not that you don't know how libraries work, it's more you don't know how this library specifically sorts their things. And from your casual glancing and searching for specific books, you wouldn't have been able to figure out how they sort
Alright,
things here.
I'm gonna go find the return desk and just go put it back there.
Okay.
Do the responsible thing.
Yeah, you find it with relative ease.
And then, okay. Boop, boop, put both the books back. Alright, go back over.
Connor, what type of book are you reading?
I'm currently rereading over that Poisons book.
Yeah, you reread over the book, and it does mention how the flowers become the poison in the form of you just take the vine and you like take the vine's insides, and that specifically is the poison. It's just whenever it is vialed or bottled, it is it is a less concentrated form, as it has to be diluted with water for it to like be in there.
Got it.
But outside of that, the book doesn't really have too many things. It's just
Right.
the
Well,
pictures.
I'm a
are very
dwarf,
big.
and if there's anything dwarves loves to read about,
Treasure.
I'm gonna say rocks, but yeah, minerals of the outer areas.
All right, you can find one relative eases. Yeah.
Beautiful. Look at them luscious stone-shaped curves. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna, as he's doing that,
Jocelyn is going to raise an eyebrow.
as he's doing that, can I see if there's anything about like fey creatures or fey entities around the outer house?
You are
Welcome, try.
Faye,
yeah. Roll
good
for,
luck.
roll for specific books.
Yeah, Faye, good luck. We're trying to find any written record of those guys.
14.
14. You find a book. One.
What's it called? What's it called?
How the Fae. That's what it's called. That's the book's title.
I'm gonna open the book and see if there is anything.
Really just said one of your random sentences.
How the Fae.
Let's see if
How? Question mark?
I'm
the
s-
Fae.
I'm gonna see if there's anything about fairy dragons in that book.
You're gonna need time to actually read that book.
Yes.
Someone's trying to advance their backstory in their first session.
Yeah.
No.
The Jocelyn, still like raising an eyebrow, is going to go. You are aware I am an Earth Genasi, so I am very concerned about the fact that you are staring at those at those rocks.
Well, I came from the Miners Guild.
Ah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Anyways, but look on that clean cut on that gold description right there. There's peak work, even for a human.
Do I hear him saying this?
You
Or am I too far into my book?
you are welcome to hear it. However, at the cost, you lose progress on your book.
Make fun of Connor's character, or learn about the Fey realm. Dice, tell me what to do. I'm proceeding in my book.
Good. Jocelyn will then say, It is good. Very good.
Strange you use gold for such paltry things like jewelry, though.
It's mostly for symbolism.
I see. It's much better stone to use. Gold is notoriously weak.
That's what I keep telling you, and yet no one decides to listen to me.
Good to see a Dory with a good sense of stonework and masonry.
I'm now gonna look up from my book, not hear anything happen, just hearing like them start talking about like gold. I'm like, what's going on with you two?
Respectfully, you wouldn't get it.
I just know gold looks nice. Just saying. I'll go back to my book.
This is one of the core things why elves and dwarves can never get along.
Because we're telling you short as I go back to my book.
I need to go back to it. There was a lovely section about violence.
I go back to reading.
You then actually do get to like see the title of what Jocelyn's book is. It is I believe it was titled 1 Million Ways to Die in the Outlands.
I was hoping it'd be a parenting book.
And the cover features several monsters.
This is really just a filler episode because we're missing 2 of our
It
members.
doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it helps us learn things. And it's established our dynamic.
Well, after some time, you do manage to get through your book.
Keep this in mind, guys. Exposition is great when you're in a library. It's really easy to
All
do.
right. What did I find out?
You find out that in this world specifically, the Fae, beyond being mischievous tricksters every now and again, more will bargain. Every time you interact with the Fae, something is gained and something is lost, but something changes inherently.
Can I try to think back about what happened?
Roll history.
Yes. Come on. That is 13.
The solid 13. You remember shaking his hand at one point, but you don't remember what you were talking about. Like, I did make a deal, didn't I? What was that even about, huh?
I'm gonna start contemplating if I'm actually a wizard anymore.
Roll for existential crisis.
What do I roll for that?
Let's see. Performance.
You know what? Sure.
I'll
go with that.
I was gonna
Performance.
go with like an intelligence save.
Oh dear boy.
No, wisdom save.
True, it would be a wisdom save.
I think I'm not good
Resisting existential dread.
at. So
That's
5.
psychic damage. Easy.
5.
All of this pondering hurts. You take 2 psychic damage. As you now have a mild headache.
Awesome. Do you have like any medicine to help with headaches?
No.
Do you know where I can get some?
Also no.
Yeah, I think there is a book on medicine right next to the one I was reading on poisons.
Is there?
You don't know. The shelf's up too high.
And I read it before I put the bracelet on.
So how'd you put it back? If he had the book, how'd he put it back? He's shorter than me.
The convenient step stool. It's been off screen the entire time.
Exactly.
Can I go get the convenient step stool that's currently off screen?
You're too tall.
I'm too tall for this step stool. Like, Can I jump to grab the book?
Roll athletics.
What about the acrobatics for jump? And he has to do
If
it
it's just
elegantly enough not to knock over the table.
Fair. If you're going for just height, athletics. But if you're going for jumping and not knocking things over, without, if you're going for not trying to mess everything up, acrobatics.
So I'm gonna acrobatics. Does an 18 succeed?
In 18, you barely managed to get to the top shelf without having to
Does it succeed is my question I'm asking.
We're getting there.
Okay.
I had a whole sentence planned before you tried to interject.
I have a thing if it doesn't succeed.
Just let him finish then.
Cool beans. So yeah, you barely managed to make it up there as you essentially just kind of like lift yourself up a bit, and then like put the book back, and you have a split-second glance, and you can tell that not that the whole row is just poisons, but that there is one that mentions potions, which is just ambiguous enough to feature health stuff. And based on your character doing the things that he does, I imagine your character is grabbing that book as fast as possible.
If I have time, yes.
Yeah. Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Dirty 20.
Okay. Non-natural or modified 20 would work just as well. So you manage to just very quickly pull it out, and it starts falling, and you start falling, but you manage to fall before the book and catch it.
Why are you looking at me?
No, I'm looking at the books.
Oh.
I'm going hot to the bookshelf. So you should lose these fights.
The bookshelf does not care, as it is an inanimate
An
object
object.
and is thus incapable of feeling.
I'm gonna see if it says anything about healing potions in the book.
You check the index.
Yes.
There is one page about healing potions.
I'm going to that page. What page is it?
Page 6.
Okay.
How many pages is the book? Page 6 is usually like context, introduction, different
the thank you page.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is the first numbered page. This is the numbered page.
Oh, I
6.
see.
They did the fun thing where they use Roman numerals and different symbols.
Okay, what does it say about the healing
So,
potions?
yeah, it mentions that healing potions, generally in the Outer Lands, they're common enough for everybody to have at least a couple. And by a couple, I mean not literally 2. It's like every town is able to make some kind of healing potion, but the effectiveness varies so greatly that this book would not be big enough to fit an entire chart of how much and how little certain potions work. So instead, there is a separate volume that the library has not purchased.
I'm just gonna have to suffer with that 2 psychic damage.
Yeah, my 2 whole second damage. Oh wait, I could use my dice. Oh no, not proficient. I could use my
Poor
dice.
headache. It's poor headache, guys.
So they get this man some Advil.
Wait, do I remember Jolene saying a rogue earlier? Do I remember him saying this?
I would like you to say that name again.
Jolene? Jocelyn? I can't remember handwriting. Do I remember Jocelyn saying that?
I imagine so. It happened 10 minutes ago, and
Wait.
your intelligence is not a goldfish.
But I'm a wizard, not a rogue. I did say rogue.
My dear
You should give
Star-
him another existential crisis.
My dear Star Child, you are not registered as a wizard. I would know, as I am registered as a wizard.
But I can cast knife.
All that armor and you're registered as a wizard.
Oh, the first thing I learned was how to beat people up, and then I learned how to cast spells.
I like this one.
But I cast knife. It says here on my arm, I cast knife.
Just because you got a tattoo does not make it true.
What language is the tattoo spelled in?
It's in common. It says I cast knife.
Can I read his tattoo?
It's in the library. It's on the library's premises.
What does it say?
It says I cast knife.
Okay. I was giving you an opportunity to make it sound like, someone who wrote like Chinese letters on their arm. And it just says like dumb.
I am
dumbass.
stupid. Yeah, stupid.
But no, it does in fact say I cast knife. But you notice there is a strange 2 letters after the word knife.
Do I see these letters?
The 2 letters are TM.
Trademarked? I'm trademarked? I own a trademark?
No, the knives are trademark. You're simply borrowing them.
Let me see the knife. I'm not going to do anything to it.
No, you were mean to me earlier.
You're the one, if I recall, threw knives at me
You called me a knife ears.
for calling you a name.
Yeah, we don't do that. My mom said it's not nice. Because she said react.
Do I remember anything about the royal courts of your kingdom? Your mother was not nice.
She's not nice, but my dad says to be nice, so I'm trying to be nice.
Yes, but how many people listen to your father?
Me?
You have a dad?
Yes, I have a dad. Ah,
I'm sorry, I thought you all were birthed from, like,
we're not.
eggs.
No, we have males. Hi, example A, right here.
Are you sure you're not just,
I don't
As I
remember
start
asking.
poking his shin.
a strange mutation?
If you don't stop touching me, I will show you the knife. But it'll be going into you.
Well, your options currently are to show him the knife politely, as we are currently in a library, and I'd rather not get kicked out. Alternatively, you can go wait outside.
Can I just go read another book?
Upon him saying, go wait outside, several shushes arrive.
Can I go look for a parenting book?
You're parenting?
You would have no idea where to start.
Exactly my point. I have a plan.
Parenting? I'm sorry, one more time.
You,
Parenting?
you heard me correctly. I think Peter knows my
Sure.
plan. Is this at disadvantage?
Why
No,
would you give
you
him
just. I'm not having you roll for it. You're
Yeah.
walking out of the scene to go do something else.
Yep. I'm gonna go find a parenting book.
What a dillweed. And he's going. Jocelyn's going to return to his book.
Well, now I see that the story hinges on me. The fuck do I do? Dum-dum-dum-dum. Rock and stone, rock and stone. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off to work I go.
I guess I'll look for I don't know. Gotta get a map of the city we're in. How about that?
Okay.
You being smart.
You find a map, and it does in fact include the various districts of the city. You notice the city is actually shaped like a circle, like most cities should be. However, it is a circle with what seems to, with all of the roads seemingly as planned grids.
I
Interesting.
love that.
Yeah, of course, because you're an architect.
No, the joke is that architects love discord and strange-looking shit. You're the engineer. You should like the grid system.
No,
I just been in New York City, and the grid system in NYC. Mwah, lovely.
Grid. I can find things by just
walking in a straight
points.
walking
Honestly,
in a straight line.
We're not sponsored or anything.
We're
You
not
guys
sponsored.
Ever have the chance, go to Food Gallery 32. It is the most, I don't know what, the best like Korean food there
Once
is
again,
in
not sponsored.
Koreatown. Yeah. Well, I mean, it'd be like 15 different restaurants
Hey,
because they're all hole
hey.
in the wall. Sorry, I'm getting off
Hey,
track.
you
I'm
could
just-
sponsor us
Anyway,
though.
Back
Just food.
on track.
You could
So-
sponsor us.
Hold on, I need to personally roll this without skipping.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
Sure. Anyway, so you managed to find a city, as well as a map of the country that I'm going to click right quick.
Clip.
Yeah.
Seriously, you don't like the grid system? Really?
Yeah, I like roundabouts. Roundabouts.
Okay, roundabouts are fine. Like that's a good Paris one. It's good city
And,
planning.
and for
Paris
like,
and
yeah, say for like a circular
call
city,
it?
I wouldn't do grid. I would do roundabouts
Yeah,
because then
those
you
are-
can
those are-
naturally follow the curvature of the city.
And even then, it's like when you have like that big central piece. Can you guys tell we go to a like technology?
Yeah,
school?
can you
They
tell
did-
one's an engineering, one's an architect?
Yeah, but like, you
And
know,
then there's Pedro. He makes things look pretty.
I don't! I'm bad at art! I'm games! Games interactive design!
yeah, you
Clown!
practically you make video games, which is coding. So you're also another technical thing. I'm the one that
I
makes
literally
things
just
look pretty.
key smash
You're
out
the
whatever
ones
hell
that
I want.
scream at me as I make the things too pretty.
Yeah, because if they're too pretty, they're not functional.
Not always.
You know, I'm
Anyway.
a prime example.
Anyway, we're gonna get back on track.
Yes.
Yeah. Connor, I DM. I
Oh,
sent you
lovely.
the map. The
I'm gonna wake up
big
tomorrow.
country on one side is all four of your guys' countries. Is all four of your guys'
Hey,
things.
lovely.
Whereas the outer country is mostly islands,
I'm the one looking
and
at it.
Fine.
that little spot at the bottom that looks like
They get to look too.
a
They're
small landmass filled with lakes is what is colloquial
Cool.
commonly called the net, as it looks like a giant net.
it does indeed look like a giant net.
Have I found the parenting book?
I'm gonna roll something.
uh,
You have wandered into the nonfiction section. Wandered further into the nonfiction section, I should say. You are now basically in an area that is books about sociability. And you find a book, How to Talk to Dwarves Respectfully.
I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back.
the DM's calling you out.
I'm gonna put it back. Is there one about talking to elves nicely?
I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna grab both of
it's
them.
in the same series.
I'm gonna grab two of them, but do I find a parenting book? That's what I mean.
You do not find a
Oh.
parenting book.
Is it like how to talk to your teen?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back.
I should probably. We didn't get to describe our characters because I know we're missing two of our players, but like, I should mention my guy's like visually graying out right now. He's not a young man by any means.
Oh, mine is mid-20s. Mid to early 20s. Dark skin, red hair. Eyes of different colors that change.
Probably. We'll
Of
do
course
full
you have
character
that
descriptions
on
in the next week, right?
Yeah.
I'm
something
gonna
like
I'm gonna
that.
hand him the How to Talk Nicely to Elves book. If you read this book, I'll read this book and show him the dwarf one.
Jocelyn is going to very loudly turn one of his pages and then go. You do realize just handing him the book is also insanely disrespectful.
I'm sorry. We should be better with each other because we are
He
working.
takes the book,
We are working with each other.
but he is also bringing out his book of grudges.
Oh my! Doesn't he go in the book of grudges?
It's going in a book of grudges.
I don't need my own book of grudges then.
Do you know what to write in a book of grudges?
Whenever you make me mad, this is how mine's gonna work. This is mine. As he like just starts writing on his hand.
So now he's not only adding, insults, injury, but and a physical attack, and now cultural appropriation.
There we go. All in one session. All right, I'm gonna start reading How to Be Nice
This
to
is
Dwarves.
why is your character? Why do you make the choices you
I'm
do?
gonna start reading the book. What's the first thing it says?
The first thing it says,
Yeah.
never belittle them.
Oh, that's hard. Okay, what's step 2? Turn the page.
Step 2, if they've already pulled out the Book of Grudges, it's too late. you don't
Yeah, that's fine.
don't bother. It's too late.
Is there a step 3? It's like, what are you doing? Why are you still here, book?
It's more of the step 3 that you get says, and I quote, just treat them like regular people and be normal.
Close the book. Go put it back, like, in the return pile.
Now, how do I interact with, say, an elf? Or a Khazad? I believe I'm saying that right. Lord of the Ringers can, scream at me or something.
Do it. Get in the comments.
So, the 3 things in that book are the best way to interact with an elf is not. They're kind of pompous and mean sometimes. But you know what? They're trying their best to cope with the fact that since they live forever, they don't actually do the whole friendship thing unless it's with another elf, because they'll just die anyway.
Moving on.
If it's a drow specifically, if it is a woman, expect higher levels of arrogance and self-importance. However, they tend to be reliable and strong. If it is a
Wish she
male,
was a female.
if it is a male drow, expect insecurities, hella insecurities.
What?
That was clear as day, but what else is there?
Man, getting called out. TM.
They are kind of soft, but you know what? They're also humanoid. And then the final one is
Really, guys? The guy with 2 arms and 2 legs, he's
It's a
humanoid.
Yeah, dang.
yeah.
Wow.
And then that sentence bleeds into the next page, which is just treat them like you would treat any other humanoid.
I've been trying.
Could be knife ears.
Not to your face.
That's worse! Oh no!
So subtle racism from you. Cultural appropriation.
Fantasy
Yep,
racism.
fantasy.
Important distinction.
We got fantasy cultural appropriation. Man, we're hitting all the major topics.
Now, guys, what do you guys think of politics?
Yeah. So you're.
And with that, I think we're good for today.
I think we're great too.
That's all for this time.
You guys,
What's the outro? Come on.
eventually, you guys managed to make it back to Jocelyn. A lot of time has passed. You can.
I will apologize to him for throwing knives and calling him names.
It just said if they already put it in the book, there's no apologizing for it. They're gonna still be mad about
I'm
it.
still
I put
gonna.
a check mark in the Book of Grudges.
I'm gonna say I'm sorry.
Understandable.
Let's agree to not be mean to each other. Don't call me knife ears. I won't make fun of your height. Just try to be civil.
He just flashed the Book of Grudges.
Don't know what that means.
And he puts it down. You should probably read a book on it.
Jocelyn is going to put their hand on their face and just go. Let's go back to the waiting spot.
Okay.
Alright.
I think that's us done. What's the outro?
And
Lucas.
with that,
And with it's literally just and with that, I think we're done for today.
Ah, come on. There's gotta be a big music sequence, like a.
all right, guys, go in the dance number. You guys ready? You guys practice? I'll set you the sheet music. And 1, 2, 1, 2.
Get out there and dance and show us.
No.
Please.
No.
Oh.